What's going on, guys? BMW M40 here, back again with another video, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to talk about why I chose the X3 M40i over the X3M, because I'm broke, duh. Anyway, here we have my 2022 X3 M40i Brooklyn Gray. When I was shopping for a new car, I was personally looking either between the X3 M40i or the X3M, but after calculating my expenses, calculating everything in my real life, not trying to be a capper on the road, you know what I'm saying, I decided to go with the X3 M40i. I personally feel like I made the right choice, not only because of financial situations, but also the performance of this vehicle. It's immaculate. For what I want the car for, what I use it for my enjoyment out of the car, I think it's definitely the perfect car for me. Now, don't get me wrong, if I had the option, if I had the money to go and get an X3M right out the bat without having to think about anything, definitely. So if you can go and do that, go right ahead and do it. But today I'll let you know, if you're looking into getting an X3 M40i, or you're thinking about being a degenerate and getting an X3M, this is my breakdown of why I chose the X3 M40i. So as I mentioned earlier, the price difference, right? My financial situation, the pricing difference of this vehicle versus the X3M was between maybe, let's say, 15 to 20 to 25,000 difference, depending on spec, year, all that stuff. I got this car for $39,000. If I was supposed to go and look for X3M, I'll be looking maybe, and by the way, it's used, so obviously, the pricing difference, the pricing difference can vary. But if I was supposed to go and look for X3M, let's be realistic, about 50,000 to 60,000, right? That difference in car payments, the difference in insurance, all the extra stuff, it would definitely add up, and I don't think I needed it. The performance of this vehicle is definitely crazy, because all you need to do is slap on a tune, slap on some bolt-ons, and you're good to go, right? Once you put on a tune and a downpipe, typical BMW special, a laptop on a tune, this car comes like 380 stock, and we all know that BMW always minimizes the horsepower on Google. So let's just put it at 380 stock, and the X3M is like 470, right? Once you put on a downpipe on a tune on this, it makes the car so much better. It makes the performance of the car so much better. So yeah, the next thing I want to talk about why I chose this over an X3M is the ride comfort. I've done a lot of research. I've had friends that has the X3M. I've been in an X3M, and personally speaking, from my day-to-day life driving, I don't think the X3M's comfort for me is there, because it's very rigid, right? As you know, it has more M performance parts, all that stuff, so the ride is definitely more rigid. This, on the other hand, don't get me wrong, it isn't that comfortable either, but it's not as rigid as an X3M, right? It's a sportier car, it's not a luxurious car, and the more mods that we do to it, it's gonna make it just more and more sportier. For example, I've put on these G80 wheels, they're 20s all around, so obviously that has a difference in the ride comfort as well as the noise in the car. That's another thing as well. When you're driving with the X3M, you can hear a lot more noise inside. So definitely those are little pros and cons as to, you know, why you can choose the X3 M40i over an X3M. Especially if you're kind of just on the verge of choosing which one as your daily driver that you can still get some fun out of. Another thing I want to discuss is the miles per gallon, or should I say the smiles per gallon, because both cars definitely, I do feel like both cars do good on the miles per gallon. I do feel like this definitely does way better at it than the X3M. But as they say, if you're having fun, if you bought a car to have fun, you know what I mean, and to slap on some tunes, slap on some bolt-ons, it's not really about the miles per gallon anymore at this point. It's more about the smiles per gallon, right? So definitely that's something I enjoy. You know, I can still, even though it's tuned, even though I have on bolt-ons, I still do get good miles per gallon. It's not the best anymore, don't get me wrong, but still good for what I have done to it. Now, in regarding to the inside of the car, the interior, it's definitely still somewhat the same. I mean, you definitely have some improvements in the X3M. I do love the seats in the X3M. I really want to find like a crashed X3M so I can buy the seats out of it and drop them in here with the red guts, but in due time, all of that will come to place. The interior is not that much different for me to say, okay, I want the X3M over the X3 M40i. You feel me? So yeah, I mean, I did give up, you know, a couple stuff, the M badging, M performance, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I gained comfort in this car. It still has a lot of power for what it is, and it's just a good daily driver mix between a sports car. So you know that you can pull up to a red light and someone pulls up beside you and you still have power that you can go ahead and do a quick pull. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if you're looking between an X3M and an X3 M40i and it's kind of like a deal breaker for you, I don't think it's really necessary for you to go and get the X3M, especially if you're wondering like about financial situation, stuff like that. The X3 M40i is definitely worth it. But again, if you got mommy or daddy's money, or if you're a business person and you got your own bread, right, and you can't afford to go slap a big down payment on an X3M and have those monthly payments or whatever the case is, even if you're going to buy it outright, I'd 100% tell you to do it. If you're looking for something more comfortable, you know, still have some power, you still get a good look, because if you look at this, I mean, other than like the X3M side fins and, you know, little nicks and knacks, she looks like an X3M, right? So honestly, guys, this is my take on the X3 M40i versus the X3M. My honest opinion, again, if you can go and do it, 100% go and do it. If you're on the verge of you can do it but you don't really want to do it, get the X3 M40i. It's definitely worth it in my opinion. This is only my like 3rd month owning it, and I've done, you know, a couple stuff to it already. I'll do a next video with like the cost breakdown if you're wondering how much it costs to do all these things, downpipe, tune, DRLs, rims, all that stuff. So I'll do a next video on that, so stay tuned for that one. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Remember, tell your girlfriend, tell your boyfriend, tell your auntie, your sister, your mother, your uncle, your father, your whole family, right? Share this to them, let them see it. Welcome to the fam. Thanks for subscribing. It doesn't take 2 seconds to subscribe. Like, if you're watching this, please just subscribe. Just show the support and just subscribe. Well, anyway, guys, that was a quick video of me showing my opinion with the X3 M40i versus the X3M. Hope you guys liked it. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.